which I guess is good to be learned at the beginning. At the same time, it's going to account for questions, because although it happens to be a small little topic, still questions very frequently do come in different exams. It's called uriometry. Whenever you have this suffix metry, the suffix metry means measurement or calculation. So in uriometry, we're trying to measure or calculate the formulae of a hydrocarbon. Now, who will define a hydrocarbon? What's a hydrocarbon? Simple as that. That's true. Hydrocarbon, as the name suggests, it's made up of hydrogen and carbon. So hydrocarbon is made up of hydrogen and carbon. Now uriometry is going to be the tool of deducing the formula of a hydrocarbon. Fine. Now if the formula of the hydrocarbon is not known, if the nature of the hydrocarbon and its formula is not known, please be attentive. If the formula is not known, I'll want to express the hydrocarbon as some CXHY. We know X and Y are variables. If the formula of the compound is not known, I'll want to express it as some CXHY, and the process, the chemical process I'll use to deduce the formula of the hydrocarbon will be its combustion or its burning. Burning or combustion is actually its complete oxidation with oxygen. So I let this burn. The amount of oxygen required would be X plus Y upon 4 moles of O2, and it's going to give me X moles of carbon dioxide and Y by 2 moles of H2O.
How do we know that it becomes Y by 2?
I'll come to that. But this happens to be the balanced stoichiometric equation for burning of any hydrocarbon. This is the balanced stoichiometric equation for burning of any hydrocarbon. If the formula is unknown, if it's CXHY, it's going to need X plus Y by 4 moles of oxygen will produce X moles of carbon dioxide and Y upon 2 moles of H2O. Fair enough? So if you believe that this is right, if you buy this balanced equation, you know the name of this molecule? Methane. Although you don't need to know the names of the molecules to begin with, still if you know it's good. Methane. So for methane, X plus Y by 4, number of moles of oxygen required will be 2. 1 plus 4 by 4. So it's going to need 2 moles of oxygen forming carbon dioxide and 2 moles of H2O. What if the hydrocarbon is C3H8? It's going to be called propane. We'll see that. C3H8. How many moles of oxygen is required? 5. 3 plus 8 by 4. I hope all of you are following me.
Yes, sir.
CXHY, X plus Y by 4. So it's 3 plus 8 upon 4, and that makes it 5 moles of oxygen. It should produce 3 moles of carbon dioxide and 4 moles of water.
This holds good for any hydrocarbon.
Any hydrocarbon. If it's C4H10, how many moles?
Like 6.
I'll come to that. C4H10, 9.
6.5.
6.5. CXHY, so it's 4 plus 10 upon 4. So it's 6.5. It's 6.5. Yes, I know that. You can multiply it with 2. I know those gels. But for the time being, it's 6.5. That's 13 upon 2. O2 forming 4 moles of carbon dioxide plus 5 moles of H2O. So talking about C2H6. Who was talking about C2H6? C2H6. Now if it's C2H6, 2 plus 6 by 4, which is 2 plus 6 upon 4, that's 3.5, and that's equal to 7 by 2 O2. No, it's balanced. It's balanced. Fine, I understand. You people are used to multiplying it with 2. So you'd rather buy 2 moles of this reacting with 7 moles of oxygen with forming 4 moles of carbon dioxide but 6 moles of water. That's all right, but still it's balanced. Fair enough? Now before I talk more about it, you believe this is the balanced burning equation for a hydrocarbon. You have to say something? Yes? Yes? Any hydrocarbon, as long as it contains only carbon and hydrogen. Vinegar you'll know is acetic acid, is going to contain oxygen. I'll come to that. So far so good? So you'll want to get instinctive with this, you know. CXHY plus X plus Y by 4 O2 forming XCO2 plus Y by 2 water, and this way you can write the balanced equation for burning of any hydrocarbon.
We can write the fraction equation and example.
I'll come to those questions. We'll not talk of any exam right now. Fine. CXHY, stop talking. CXHY reacts with X plus Y by 4 oxygen forming XCO2 and Y by 2 H2O. And this can, you know, help you in balancing the combustion of all the hydrocarbons as long as it contains carbon and hydrogen. And now I'll come to your question. You know, although we'll want to get instinctive with this, we'll not want to deduce everything in the exam hall. But again, it's simple to deduce this. CXHY, how many moles of carbon dioxide should it form? If it's CXHY, how many moles of carbon dioxide should it form? X. You all agree to this? CXHY would have given XCO2 only. So XCO2. HY. It's monatomic here. It's monatomic here. In water it's diatomic. Hydrogen is diatomic. So HY is going to form how many H2O? Y by 2. Hope all of you are following me. CX can give you X moles of carbon dioxide only, and because it's HY and here it's hydrogen diatomic, I guess all of you understand, YH is equivalent to Y by 2 H2. Simple as this. So CX would have given you X moles of carbon dioxide and HY would have given you Y by 2 moles of water, and then I'll just calculate how much of oxygen is required. Because it's oxygen, XO2, XCO2 will need X oxygen, and yet again because it's monoatomic O here and diatomic O2 here, Y by 2O should be written as Y by 4 O2. So it's very simple, it's very basic. It's easy to reduce this. CXHY would have formed X moles of CO2 and Y by 2 moles of water. We just see how many oxygen molecules will be required. XCO2 calls for X moles of oxygen and Y by 2O will mean Y by 4 O2. Fair enough? So this is how I get the balanced equation for burning of any hydrocarbon. I'll want to use this principle in deducing its molecular formula. We'll see how. But before that, all the numbers which you get this way, you know, the numbers which you get this way before the chemical compounds will be called their stoichiometric coefficients. So the stoichiometric coefficients are like 1, 2, 1, 2. Stoichiometric coefficients are 1, 5, 3 and 4. So in the balanced chemical equation, the number of moles which you know you always write before the chemical compound will be called their stoichiometric coefficients. They are called the stoichiometric coefficients. So the stoichiometric coefficient for this reaction is 1, 5, 3 and 4. So it's good to get used to these basic terminologies. So these numbers will be called stoichiometric coefficients. So you know how to balance the oxidation of any hydrocarbon and know how to get these stoichiometric coefficients that way. And now we'll see how we put this to practice. Please don't hold back your doubts. If you have questions, you'll want to speak directly to me. I'll be very happy if I get to know that by the end of the class, there are people who have left this class with any doubts in the mind. So you'll have fair opportunities to raise your doubts, your questions. You can ask me anything in number of times, but it has to be related to what I'm teaching right now. Also, I guess being smooth till this point, to understand how we can balance any oxidation of a given hydrocarbon, and I think you people should be knowing that under the same conditions of temperature and pressure, mole ratio is equal to volume ratio. Mole ratio is equal to volume ratio. So if you buy that 1 mole reacts with 5 moles, forming 3 moles and 4 moles, this also means 1 liter reacts with 5 liters, producing 3 liters of carbon dioxide and 4 liters of water.